In this problem, you're asked to find where is the function f of x less than 0, equal to 0, or greater than 0. And basically what that's asking is where are your y values less than 0? So where your y values are less than 0, that's on this axis, and it's down below. So we're asking where's the graph down below, all right, or below the x-axis. And I've got it highlighted in blue here. That's where it's below the x-axis. That's where your y values are negative. Where the function is on the axis is where f of x equals 0, or where y equals 0. That's another fancy name for saying an x-intercept. If we let y equal 0, we're finding the x-intercept. So where it crosses the x-axis, that's where y equals 0. All right. And then where f of x is greater than 0, we're looking for where are the y values positive. That's where it's above the x-axis, here in the green. So to indicate that, rather than use our Crayola crayons here, we're going to go by interval notation. So again, I see that it stops right here. I'm going to just draw in some lines here. And I'm going to use my x-axis to help me out and determine these intervals. So starting clear way out left to right, since this keeps on going down and out, it starts out here at negative infinity and goes all the way over to negative 4. That's where the blue line is below the x-axis. So starting at negative infinity, all the way over to negative 4. All right, so not including the number negative 4, all right? Because at negative 4, that's where it's on the x-axis. So I'm going to use these braces to indicate a singleton point. So it's on the x-axis at x equals negative 4. It's also on the x-axis at 0. So I'm going to just put a comma and then 0. Sometimes you could see it just written this way as well. X equals negative 4, x equals 0. That's where y is equal to 0. All right. Where it's above the x-axis, right here in the green, again, we're going across on the x-axis to read this off, though. From negative 4 to 0 is where your y values are positive. All right, so from negative 4 all the way over to 0 in interval notation, all right, we've indicated it's above. And then, again, at 0, right there, it's where it's on the x-axis, and then it goes below the x-axis. That's where your y values are negative. So starting at 0 and going out to positive infinity, that's where the blue line will always be down below the x-axis. So below, we're going to use our use symbol again, that means or, from 0 out to infinity. And that's just telling you where the graph is below the x-axis, on the x-axis, or above the x-axis. And we're just using inequality symbols to indicate that. And the equal sign.